Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly strategy video for June 16th, 2021. And what I will do here is, I am going to pick some random currency pairs, and then I'm going to load these currency pairs using my Excalibur Trend Indicator, and we're going to try, try to pinpoint and see how we can place trades using my indicator, based on different strategies and what the market conditions are currently doing, right? So to begin with, let's pick EURUSD, because I know that is probably one of the most popular currency pairs, right? And go ahead and load my indicator and maximize this. Now the default time frame is a 1 hour time frame right here, right? So that's okay. What I like to do is I like to look at the higher time frames and get an idea what the market is going long term. The higher the time frame, the bigger picture we get of the market, and we can see where the price is headed long term. On the smaller time frames, we're only able to see, this week, today, or this, the next week or two. We're not able to see the bigger picture of what the market is headed. And that's what we need to do. Is first we need to look at the big long-term trend, and then go back down to the smaller time frames like the 1 hour, 30 minutes, and try to trade in the direction of the bigger trend, using the using the smaller time frames as a reference, if you will. So here on EURUSD we have the 1 hour chart, which is an intermediary time frame in between everything, but still one of the smaller time frames, and it's showing to go up, but it's not really going up, is it? If we look at the 4 hour chart, we have a buy signal, and it's not really going up, but hopefully it will be going up more here in the next week or so. If we look here from this red arrow to this blue arrow, we have a time period of about, here it says about 25th of May, and here you're looking at about 13th or 14th of June. So you got about a 2-week period of time, right? 2-week period of time from one arrow to the next. So with this blue arrow, the next red arrow might be a 2-week period also, and it's already, this came in the beginning of this week, so we're already like 3 days in. So we're looking at least another week and a half or so before we see another red arrow. Now if we look at the daily chart, however, we have a red arrow only, and that means the bigger the time frame, like I said, the bigger the trend, the stronger the signal. So this is definitely going to be going down long term. If we look at the weekly chart, same thing, we have a red arrow. Of course, to see the price dropped and went back up, but soon the price is going to drop again. So if I go back to the daily chart, I'm going to show you something real quick. We have a high point here, followed by another high point and another high point. So every high point is lower than the previous high point, meaning that we are in a downtrend right now. And whenever we have a downtrend, we need to mark our resistance. If you have an uptrend, you need to mark your support. So right now we need to mark our resistance, and if I go from here, oops, did not mean to draw a horizontal line, but to draw a trend line. I'm going to go from this point here like that, and I might even go to a 4 hour chart and show you, get a better picture, I think. Yeah, let me try the 4 hour chart so you can see this a little better when I'm talking about. Here is that point right here. Now we do have a blue arrow, keep that in mind, but it's okay. I'm going to go from this point to that point. Draw this out of ways like that. Now, like I said, the bigger time frames are showing to sell, so we know the price is going down long term. Smaller time frames, the 4 hours shows, 1 hour shows the buy, 30 minutes shows the buy. So we know in the short term, over the next week or two, the price is going to go up, but it's not going to go up dramatically. Long term is going to drop. So we want to trade in the direction of the bigger time frames, okay, which is sell, okay, drop, okay, keep that in mind. So right now we're predicting the price to go up some and then back down again, so we want to place a sell limit pending order so the price will go up even more. Okay, I could do a sell stop, but I don't want to do that right now, because if the price was already at a high point, then I could put a sell stop below the current price, but right now the price is already kind of low, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm only going to do a sell limit only. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But the question right now is, where do I put the sell limit? Okay, now I'm going to draw a horizontal line, kind of give you an idea, okay, what we can do here. I see a resistance right here, and this is probably not the best, but it is catching my eye. And you see this candle right here, it broke that support here, and then this candle came back up and hit that resistance. Okay, so as of right now, that is a resistance, and that is about where this price is headed to, okay, in the short term. Okay, now what we want to do is we will put a sell limit, and I'm going to put a sell limit a little ways below that green line to ensure that the price does activate the sell trade and then drop. Okay, and I'm going to do that by going here on new order and choosing pending order and selecting sell limit right here. Okay, and for add price, I'm going to pick 1.21500 because that's even number. I always like to pick an even number if I can. And then for take profit, I'm going to put it down here, maybe a little bit below the current price right now, which would be 1.21100. 1.21100. So again, that's only going to give me about 400 pips in total profit. If you look right here on the green line, it says sell limit, and then on the red line it says TP for take profit. Okay, and if we look here on the take profit, we have 400 pips in total profit, so that's okay, right? That's not a problem. So that's pretty good for one single trade. Okay, and this is the excellent point to place it, so that we're going to try and hope that this will definitely activate. I don't want to put too high because I want to make sure it does get activated. Now, yes, it probably will keep going higher once it gets activated, and you will have some drawdown, but that's okay, as long as you have good money management. But eventually the price is going to drop for sure. Okay, and then it'll drop and hit this take profit. Okay, so it might take a couple more days for this sell limit to activate, and then a few more days beyond that for it to close. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, you might incur some swap fees along the way, which is also okay because the trade is not going to be open for weeks or months at a time. All right, hope that makes sense. All right, so that's how we trade. Like I said, I could put a sell stop below here, but I don't want to really do that right now. Now, if the price goes up to this green line area, then I could put a sell stop pending order like right here where this sell limit is right now. Okay, but that's later on down the line. Okay, now next, let me pick USDCHF because this is going up. Just Euro USD is going up in the short term, but going down in the long term. So if it does, that means the US dollar will be doing the opposite effect. Okay, it should be going down in the short term, but up in the long term. So let's look at USDCHF, which is always a good one for the US dollar to trade. I'm going to load my indicator on this, and what we see here is pretty much like a flat range of market right now. Okay, we have a high point and low point, as you can see, but what is it doing long term? This is only the 1 hour chart. Let's look at the 4 hour chart real quick. The 4 hour chart shows to buy right here. Okay, so that's okay. So that means probably in the next week or two it's going to go up. But if we look at the daily chart, here's the kicker. daily chart, for whatever reason, only has a red arrow and no blue arrow yet. Now the price has dropped considerably. Okay, so if it's going to form a blue arrow, it's going to do it very soon, and it's probably very close to, you know, forming that blue arrow already. So let's look at the weekly chart also. The weekly chart shows to buy, as you can see right here. Okay, and one thing interesting I want to point out real quick is that we see some doji candles. Doji candles are when you get across like that, and when you have a series of doji candles like this, that generally means there's about to be a big reversal in the market. Okay, no guarantee of course, but that's usually a pretty good indication. Now we see here we had a doji candle, but it didn't reverse, did it? It kept on dropping. So I don't really like to trade off of doji candles so much. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there talking about doji candles, and yes, doji candles are not bad for indicating reversals in the market, but even like here, there's a doji candle but it didn't reverse. There's a doji candle here but it didn't really reverse, did it? It went back up some, but eventually came back down. But yes, right now we have pretty much 3 doji candles in a row, so that is, to me, is a good indication that this is getting ready to reverse. But the daily chart has no blue arrow yet. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. And if I mark this low point here, okay, that's a strong support level. All right, and I would think the price would drop down. If it touches this green line again, it will definitely form a blue arrow. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. So if I go back to the smaller time frames, okay, 4 hour shows the buy, but if I look here at the daily, the 1 hour shows to sell, 30 minute shows to sell, 15 minutes shows to buy. So really interested in the 30 minute and 1 hour charts. All right, so we're looking for this to drop, especially in the 1 hour. All right, 1 hour shows to drop. I would like to see this price drop and touch this green line. Okay, I don't know if it will, because it's US dollar is picking up pace. US dollar is trying to get stronger right now, so it's, to me, it's kind of unlikely. But again, we need to see that blue arrow form on the daily chart. So what I'm thinking right now is we can put a buy limit pennant order somewhere right in this area. So hopefully the price will drop over the next 24 to 48 hours and then catch that buy limit, and even if it drops a little bit more, it's going to go back up. Okay, so how we do that is we go here to place a new order, choose pennant order, and then select buy limit, which is already selected of course, and then go right here. I'm going to choose a price in here which is 0.89500. I can always readjust this, right? But I'm going to, for the take profit, I'm going to put 0.89800. That's only giving me 300 pips in total profit, but that's fine. If you look right here on the take profit or red line, it says 300 pips, right? So that's okay. And I can always drag this up and down if I want. I'm going to leave it like that for right now. Hopefully, you know, this will drop down. Now, once this price drops all the way down, then I can put a buy stop pennant order a little ways above of a take profit again and catch it on the reversal again. Okay, I like to trade mainly using pennant orders, so that way we can catch the price over the long term. Okay, we don't want to place a trade instant execution right now, because if you try to sell right now, there's a good chance it could go up. We don't know. So we're trying to predict where the price is going to be headed over the next few days, and then base that on where the price is headed over the next few months. Okay, if that makes sense. Now, I'm going to show you one more currency pair, and then I will wrap this video up. I'm going to pick EURGBP because I really like that pair, and I'll show you why here in a minute. the euro and GBP, euro Great British Pound, typically, generally, kind of go in the same direction. They kind of mimic each other, follow one another. But what happens when you put the two together? Yeah, they cannot go the same direction. Okay, so they're going. If one goes up, the other one goes down, right? So you get what's called a gridlock. Okay, you get a range. You get a flat range. A lot of flat range of markets out of this. Okay, you get a lot of highs and lows, which is excellent for scalping. Okay, and you know, you need to be checking these things. If you're scalping this, you need to be checking this every couple hours. Now, when I say scalping, I don't really mean use a 1 minute chart like most people think. I would mean use a 15-minute or 30-minute chart. Okay, and if I go here to the 30-minute chart, which is ideal, you see here from one blue arrow to this red arrow is about, this came in on the 11th of June, and this red arrow came in on the 15th. So you had about 4 days span of time. So you're not, you know, monitoring this, you know, every hour, every couple hours. If you're on a 1 minute, 2 minute chart, 1 minute or 5 minute chart, you would be monitoring this every hour or two, right? But it's okay in this particular strategy, and you're not looking at huge gains. So you can place a trade and just keep it open. Now, right now, sell. It definitely looks like a good time to sell, although it's already dropped quite a bit. It's a little bit late to get into the game, but it's okay, because we know if we look at the higher time frames, okay, watch this. Higher 4 hour shows to buy, the daily shows to buy, and the weekly shows to sell. What I think is going to happen is the price is going to drop further. Okay, that's going to take a few months because this is on a weekly chart. In the short term, the price will go up, but it's not going to go up a huge amount because, well, we got a daily chart, but it hasn't really gone up a whole lot, has it? And what I think is going to happen is we mark this resistance right here. Okay, I think that's where the price is going to head, and it'll form another red arrow on the daily chart. Okay, so what I want to do is I would want to put a sell limit, pin an order just a little ways below that. Okay, just like I showed you here earlier. But also, like I said, if you use a 30-minute or even 15-minute chart, doesn't matter too much. But what I would do, I'll probably stick to 30-minute. And what I would do is, if you look at the 4 hour chart, it shows the buy, right? The daily chart shows the buy. So I'm thinking the price is going to go up here over the next few days. The next week, the price should be going up. Okay, so I do not want to sell right now. If you look at the 30-minute chart, it says to sell. I don't want to sell. Okay, even the 1 hour shows the buy. So what I think is going to happen is 30-minute is going to drop, and it's going to form a blue arrow somewhere right in here. Okay, I don't know. Could do there, or we have a support right here on this candle. All right, and that makes sense because this candle also touches. So, and we're there already, you know, almost there already. So what I could do is, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. I'm going to put a buy limit, pin an order, and of course it's almost there already, but 0.85 800. Okay, make sure my eyes are still working, and take profit is going to be at 0.86 100. Okay, let's see how that looks. I might want to readjust. Oh crap. Yeah, see, I want the price to be above this green line, so I'm going to drag it up right about there, and this take profit I'm going to bring down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you look at 260 pips in profit, which is fine. Okay, that's good because, like I said, the price is going to be going up here in the next few days, maybe the next week. But long term, you know, it's going to go down over the next month or two. Okay, the next couple of months. That's what we're looking at. So if we look here on the daily chart, daily chart, weekly chart. The weekly chart shows to sell, so we know long term is going to drop. The daily chart shows to go up. Where is it going to form another red arrow? That's the question. That's why I marked this resistance here. So what I want to do is I want to put a sell limit a little ways below here also, in addition. Okay, put a sell limit at 0.86 900. Okay, and I'm gonna put a take profit at 0.86 400. Okay, yeah, 86400. That's going to give me about 500 pips in total profit. If you see here, I got a sell limit right here and a take profit here. So again, that gives me 500 pips. Now, if this buy limit activates, which I feel it will, then it's going to go back up, and then this one will close with 260 pips. I could put a little bit more, I guess. No big deal. I want to try to get about 300 pips out of this deal. Okay, that's not exact, but it's okay. So I get about 300 pips here, and then when the price comes back down again in the next week or so, I get another 500 pips. So I could potentially get about 800 pips in total profit. Okay, just off one currency pair on 2 trades. Okay, so you see here I already got 1, 2, 3, 4 trades placed, and I've used 3 currency pairs. So you do not need to have dozens and dozens and dozens of charts open. Okay, if you watch YouTube videos and you see all these bloggers have all these different computer monitors in their trading den or trading room, I mean, that's all garbage. That's all fake. Okay, you can technically just trade on your phone. I would recommend to get a VPS or virtual private server loaded on your cell phone. Okay, but you can definitely trade on your laptop or desktop computer. But you only need to have one MetaTrader, one computer monitor. Okay, that's all I have. That's all I've ever used, and more or less I like to try to use my laptop. But for making these videos, I use my desktop computer. But even I use my cell phone because I'm out and about a lot. So all you need is your cell phone or even laptop. Okay, you don't need to have all these computer monitors and a lightning fast Intel Core i7 i9 processor or whatever. You don't need a lightning fast computer to trade forex. Okay, this right here is not going to eat up all your computer resources. Even if you have an old computer, old laptop, as long as it runs pretty decent, has some decent memory, it's not constantly locking up. But if you have a decent computer, doesn't have to be high end, you can definitely trade forex. You don't need all these charts open to monitor, right? So anyhow, this will conclude my video. I know I talked long enough. I know you're tired of seeing my face, but if you haven't already, please click the like button, subscribe to this, so I will be making some more videos like this. So definitely hit the subscribe button and put the bell notification on, so that we will be getting more videos soon. And if you have any questions at all about this strategy I showed you here, or if you want to go over any of my other strategies I have in previous videos, okay, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. I put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Okay, I want you to contact me there first. Also, I put a link for my private Facebook group. Okay, and you can request to join my Facebook group and then post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Just let me know how I can help you. Thank you.